So the Chicago Bears got some good news at absolutely the perfect time. And there's also a little bit of bad news. So this is in response to this. So let's just get started. An unexpected issue cropped up following practice, and that is regarding rookie offensive guard, offensive left tackle, whatever. He's an offensive lineman. He's really versatile. I'm talking about Karan Amagaje. And the Bears released their first injury report of the week, and that had Braxton Jones and rookie tackle Karan Namagaje as players who didn't participate. So Braxton Jones being out, not expected to play Sunday, that comes as zero surprise. But it turns out Amagaje, who replaced Jones on Sunday, he's dealing with a calf injury, and his status for Sunday is very much in doubt, according to head coach Matt Eberflus. This is to hear straight from Coach Flus. Karan had the calf. It doesn't look like he will be able to get back with that this week. So although he didn't rule out Jones, he wouldn't divulge anything in regards to whether or not he would be able to go as well. So we're kind of looking at a spot if Braxton Jones, if Karan Amagaje, if they are not ready to suit up, if that happens, the Bears could turn to veteran Larry Borom. This is really good news. He practiced in full, and that's as he continues to work back from an ankle injury that was suffered in the preseason finale. So Borom, he still needs to be activated to the roster and hasn't played in any sort of game since late August, but he is ready to go. And there's some more really good news, and this is one I'm more excited about. That's about offensive lineman Ryan Bates. He's officially designated to return from IR. Finally, he's practicing on a limited basis. And then we're looking at Tevin Jenkins. He's listed as a limited participant with a knee. And once again, Larry Borom, he was listed as a full participant in practice. That's really good news. So we're looking at Borom and Bates. They're both designated to return from IR. We could have reinforcements available, and the timing, it could not be more perfect. So we're looking at kind of an ideal scenario. Tevin Jenkins is ready to go, and this is on this banged up Chicago Bears offensive line. And Braxton Jones, he might be out a week or two, but he managed to escape a serious injury. IR would have been an absolute disaster. And we had more bad news. That's with guard Bill Murray. He's out for the season. He was playing at a really high level. Now Amagaje out. He was the replacement for Braxton. And man, oh man, did we need this good news. So now the Chicago Bears have some options. And kind of one option that I talked about yesterday, Larry Borom is activated. He is practicing in full, so it's kind of a foregone conclusion. The roster spot is there for him. He immediately slides in at left tackle. Case closed, problem solved, I guess. This is the easiest. This is possibly the most experienced option. Looking at it, though, it just might not be optimal. So there's another solution, and this could be something a little different. It could be a reshuffling. Matt Pryor is such a big, versatile player. He shifts over to left tackle. Ryan Bates, he's ready to go. He can hold down either the right or the left guard position, depending on the status of Tevin Jenkins. Now, a much-needed versatile piece to help out wherever's needed. That's Larry Borom. And the news on these two players couldn't come at a better time because now the Bears have options. That's something. And more good news, it's the opponent. And I don't want to be too presumptuous, but the Arizona Cardinals, I mean, if we were to have an injured line, this is a week to have it happen, because although the situation isn't ideal for the Bears, it could lead to even more reshuffling on an offensive line. And this line has had very little consistency the entire season, so it's not going to be anything new. But fortunately, they are facing this Cardinals team that has just 15 sacks on the season. That's tied for 7th fewest in the league. It's not a robust pass rush, so we'll see how the injuries progress. But the Bears, they are trending towards yet another new line combination on Sunday afternoon. And then we still got another possible red flag. I'm just going to throw it all out at you. It's still a little concerning that Montez Sweat, he has joined the injury list. He was listed as a non-participant in this last practice. And if you were watching in his return to DC, he made 4 tackles, 3 of those solo, including 1 sack, 2 tackles for a loss. and that's before he exited with that shin injury. And he was even noticeably absent from the Commanders' Hail Mary attempt on the game's first play. I know, I'm sorry to mention it. Uh, Looking at Sweat, he joins teammates Kyler Gordon with the hamstring, Brisker with a concussion on the injury report. Gordon and Brisker were both listed as full non-participants on Wednesday's practice report. And we're looking at Gordon. He missed Chicago's week 8 matchup with the Commanders. That's after suffering the hamstring injury all the way back against the Jacksonville Jaguars on the 13th. Man, that seems like a lifetime ago. Brisker, he's been sidelined since a concussion against the Carolina Panthers on October 6th with, I'm still going to say that was an illegal lowering of the head by tight end Tommy Tremble. He initiated the head-to-head contact caused a concussion, and now we're out one of our best players on defense. And I wish the NFL would kind of get up to speed with finding equally offensive players as they do defensive players, because it is a rule. You got to enforce it. So we're looking at these injuries to the secondary. We now have confirmation, and I've already talked about that, confirmation of why I think Tyreek Stevenson isn't going to be benched. It's like some false sense of punishment to appease the armchair coaches, right? Sitting on their couches on Sundays. Straight up facts, we need him because, if you're looking at that game, a healthy Jaden Daniels, he probably would have exposed a Bears secondary. They were without Kyler Gordon, without Jaquan Brisker, and for Brisker, yet to be cleared through concussion protocol. And man, all the way back to that week 5 game. Gordon, his presence was definitely missed on Sunday. If he's likely, I think it's likely he's going to be unable to play this week. It's not an ideal scenario. We've got Kyler Murray with a huge ability to make plays with his feet. So we're going to have to scheme this up. And it's kind of a contrast of how these teams are coming into this, because anything could happen. Last Sunday, we had the Hail Mary problem, but the Arizona Cardinals, they celebrated following a game-winning field goal. And we're kind of looking at two teams on contrasting paths. They're going to meet Sunday in Arizona in the desert. And the Cardinals know any source of momentum, it kind of soared out the window when they touched back in Phoenix. And I'm kind of doing some team scouting here. Cardinals coach Jonathan Gannon, he said, we've got our work cut out for the Chicago Bears. It's going to be a big time challenge. And this is coming off from them. Just a comeback win, a really hard fought game over the final seconds, a win over the Miami Dolphins. Now it's Chicago. Chicago is following a devastating loss, just kind of two teams on different emotional highs. But we can't throw in the towel. As Chicago fans, we're still 4-3. We've still got Caleb Williams, the number 1 pick in the draft. And the Cardinals aim to replicate this performance against a stingy Bears defense. The Bears have tallied 20 sacks, at 7th in the NFL. And entering this contest, the Bears boast the league's 11th best defense. We've allowed 319 yards per game. And to make game planning harder on the Cardinals offense, the Bears, they haven't given up more than 20 points, even beyond this season. I think we're at 12 or 13 games. Kind of looking at where the Bears are coming into this, they're winless on the road at 0-3, averaging 14.7 points a game with Williams behind center. That's not robust. He's thrown for 668 yards, 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, with a 58.4 completion percentage when playing away from home. So we're kind of looking at this. The Bears have struggled away from Soldier Field. The Cardinals eking out narrow wins has been their MO this season. And this is predicted to be another tight one. The home team, the Cardinals, they are favored by 1.5 points, and that is the spread on FanDuel. The Cardinals have won 3 of 4 games on a game-winning field goal this season. Kicker Chad Ryland, he's been part of all 3, and he's missed only 1 field goal on 9 attempts so far this season. So we're facing a team with the Cardinals. They're scrappy. They know how to close out close games. They've even got a good field goal kicker, so he's going to be there in crunch time. The Bears are going to have their work cut out for them. And you guys let me know what you think about the line. I will keep you posted as far as any injury news on how Tevin Jenkins is, the final word on Braxton Jones, and also the moment that Borum and Bates are elevated to the active roster. And that's very good news indeed. You guys bear down. Thanks for always watching, and we will talk soon. See ya.